Doki Doki, everybody. Welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. It's the day of the festival, and the day after we made our admission, our confession, to use a phrase which a lot of anime nerds will probably be familiar with, to Sayori about our true feelings, and nothing possibly can get me down today. It's going to be a good day. We're going to spend all day with her at the festival, and we're going to recite some poetry, and it's going to be fun. Let's get on with it. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I would be walking to school with Sayori, but she's not answering her phone. Oh, God, no. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should nearly be complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take it with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over, so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. Stop thinking about Yuri. Stop thinking about Yuri. It's all about Sayori, boy. Come on. Don't be a dickhead all your life. Knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Alright, so we're just going to completely abandon Sayori and come to school anyway. Okay, fine. Dave, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems that we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like, and I submitted it. Why are you thinking about Monica, you dickhead? This is one of the things that I'm not entirely sure about with this game. Like, the level of autonomy that you actually have is very limited. And my experience with visual novels and dating sims and all of the above is very, very limited. So I don't know if that's par for the course. But I did expect more choices in this game. So that's the one I'll be performing. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Believe me, so am I. So am I. Told her last night that I love her. And apparently, yeah, I don't know. My character feels that it's fine to just leave her. She overslept again. Yeah, well, she's been doing that a lot, that dummy. You'd think that on days this important, she'd try a little harder. Then I say that, and then I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful. Yes, you fucking should feel awful, knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. Yeah, you should have. You should take a little responsibility for her, Dave, says Monica. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. What? How do you know what we talked about yesterday? You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know. Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Good question. Of course I do. Right, how? I'm the club president after all. That doesn't explain it. Did she call you? I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about her that quick? I guess we've all got phones, so yeah, fine. I didn't plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez, you don't know the full story at all, so don't worry, she says. I probably know a lot more than you think. Do you really? Monica is being friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yep, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this would definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognise Natsuki and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's, but oh, it's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, fuck. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head. I listened to everything she said to... Monica, what have you said to her? Poem is never actually finished. I don't like this. I do not like this. Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Yeah, I've got one as well. You want to know what's wrong? What did you say to her? The poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I've changed my mind. I'm going to get... Yes! Good! Go! Go! Run! Quickly! Try not to take too long. I'll take as long as I fucking need to. You bitch. Come on, come on, come on. What was I thinking? I should have tried a bit harder for Sayori. Yes! It's not a big deal, at least to wait for her or to help her wake up. But even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things would be the same as they always have been. All she needs and what I want to give her. Right, come on then. Let's fucking get her. Which Sayori's not at the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori, she really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all, waking her up in her own house. That really is something that the boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori, wake up, dummy. No response. Oh, God. I really didn't want to have to enter a room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? Yeah, it fucking is, but, like, I haven't really got much choice now, have we? It really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Oh, fuck! What the fuck? No, 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 no. What the What? See trackback.txt for Shit. It feels like a nightmare. God, that music is fucking freaky. Yeah, it was normal until we started telling her that we loved her and shit like that. Fuck's sake. We done fucked up. There it is. Thought I was doing the right thing. This game is really good at making you think you know what you're doing, isn't it? Fuck! Jesus Christ, though. I can't get that fucking image out of my head. Ugh. Well, it's a good job Monica was telling us to have those saves on hand, because we can go back and make a different choice. This isn't a game where... Yes, it fucking is. It fucking is a game where I can reset and try something different. Well, I played right into its hands, ladies and gentlemen. What the fuck? What's this? This is all glitched out as well, and... No, fuck it, we're just going to load the game. Okay, let's go back. No. What? File error. Characters / Sayori file is missing or corrupt. What? I mean, I'm not an idiot. I know that this is part of the game, but this is kind of fucked up. fuck? Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. What? I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content with just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I mean, this is all familiar, this is all stuff that we've done before, but, like, Sayori's completely gone. She's been deleted or something. Like, it said that the character was missing, but... There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. School day is ordinary as ever, and before I know it, it's over. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I can relate. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. What? Why is Monica here? Been a while, right? Yeah, it has. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk. We were in the same class last year. Yeah, we already know this. We're the most popular girl. Again, like, I feel like we can skip through a lot of this because we've seen this before. What did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all of the... But yeah, again, the politics. She's talked about this before. Feels like nothing but arguing about budget and publicity. Much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one, a literature club. Then there's another glitch. That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there's only 3 of us so far. Really hard to find new members. 3 members? Yeah, of course, because Sayori doesn't exist according to this bloody timeline. You can see that. It's really not boring at all, you know? Literature club and blah 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 blah. She's talked about this stuff before. One of the members even keeps her manga collection in the club room, so we don't even get to talk about that, because that's just already been told to us now. It's not wrong, I guess, and besides, a member's a member, right? Monica say she. Just looking for a club to join. I guess so. In that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favour? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Okay, so I guess we're going to the literature club again, but this time not on the promise of cupcakes, just on the promise of meeting some girls, because my character is a complete fucking lech. Thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. It's third-year classes, we've seen this before. Full of energy, swings open the door, and we're introduced to the rest of the club. So, and there's another glitch. What is going on with these glitches? It's like all of the text is the same, all of the conversation is the same, but Monica is taking over the role that Sayori was. Now, it'd be interesting to see how these 3 get on without Sayori, because when we had this playthrough before, Sayori was kind of the peacemaker. She was the one that made this club tick. And Monica admitted as much, that she wasn't very good at politicking and all that kind of stuff. She wasn't good at the people stuff. She's good at organisation, but not good at much else. So it's going to be interesting to see when we get to the argument. I assume we'll get to the argument between Natsuki and Yuri. It'll be interesting to see. I'm going to have to make a choice with them, aren't I? I haven't got a Sayori to call on. Will Monica become that peacemaker? I don't know. Let's have a look. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Yeah, should I say again? So let me guess, you're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki, the girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognise. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. Oh, Yuri's the vice president now. It was Sayori. And now it's Yuri. Okay. Yuri appears comparably more mature and timid. Seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Nice to meet you both. Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Oh, you were going to make cupcakes, weren't you? I didn't forget that. It just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come and sit down, Dave? Girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room, opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. I guess. Again, this is all text that we've seen before. Draw a good book. Don't get intimidated, Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... I mean, well, you know, I believe you. Tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. Again, we've seen all of this. What kinds of things do you read? Manga, there we go, yeah, again. So, we're just going to keep rolling through this until we something divergent. Deep psychological elements, she's talked about that before. Take advantage of lack of imagination, yeah, again. Reading a lot of horror. Oh yeah, I read a horror book once, yeah, that joke. Conversation with a rock, I expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if the story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Why's that? Well, eyes dart over to me for a second, because she likes cute and fancy stuff. Never mind, she says. There we go, the scrap paper with the poem about cute stuff again. Try to get her to share her poem, she says no. Not a very confident writer yet. Yuri says the same thing. Maybe if you share your work, so we're getting to the point where we all get our homework for the day. Sit in silence. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? We'll all write our own poems. Let's all go home and write a poem. Yeah, there you go. I think you're right. We should probably find activities for us to do. I did take on the responsibility of vice president. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Dave? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I haven't made a decision. So again, it's the same stuff, it's just that we've got a lot of the stuff that Sayori was doing has been given to the other girls instead. Ah, this is new. We don't have enough members yet to form an official club. There is some kind of membership requirement. It's like, well, in this case, it would be 4 members. We need 4, there you go. I've been trying really, really hard to find new members, couldn't find any. If we don't find one more before the festival, How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision? There we go again. Our character being led by his dick. I've decided I'm going to join your literature club. One by one, their eyes light up. Do you mean that, Dave? It could be fun, right? Thanks so much. I'll do everything I can. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially... Blah, blah, blah. Everyone remember your assignment. We're going to write a poem. She looks over me one more time. I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Okay. I really feel the anxiety welling up. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up. Guess I'll be on my way. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. Can't wait. And we walk home alone because apparently Sayori never existed. The way my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to... Okay, this is new. Today I cut my skin open for the first time. It was exhilarating. I think I understand how it feels now. It's been redacted. I'm supposed to be the responsible one though, so I don't think I'll be doing it again unless I decide to kill myself. I left a memento of the occasion below. There's a blood stain. Given my previous suspicions, I think that this might be a poem from Yuri. And I wonder if this redacted name might be Sayori and that's why it's redacted. It's pretty fucked up though. That's just fucking weird. Okay, here we go then. So, we've only got Yuri and... I can't remember her name right now, but we only got these two to impress, so let's go the cutesy route, I guess. Cute, bouncy, music, candy, giggle, sunny, boop, fluffy, silly, rose, skipping, embrace. Ooh, some of these words kind of like you think they could be one, but they're actually the other. Bliss, pink, puppy, rainbow, parfait, marriage, anime. Stick a cry in there for what it's worth. There we go. Right, there's the poem written. Hi again, Dave. Glad to see you didn't not come back. I guess I'm in the literature club and we're going to have to make the most of it. Thanks for keeping your promise, Dave. Hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Whoa, what the fuck? That was definitely Sayori. Don't take her seriously, you won't see the end of it. Wait, why are you standing in front of the... What is going on here? Okay. Natsuki finds herself stuck between Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, she plops back into her seat. Well, that's the same as normal. Sorry, Dave, we'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki a disappointing glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that when you ask. Right, I didn't mean it like that. Music went a bit funny then. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. Oh no, it's not that, Yuri. I want to be a part of this club, so even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked up a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. and we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is how is this girl being so accidentally cute? She even picked out a book she likes. She thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Thanks, I'll definitely read it. I mean, this is the same conversation we've had before, so we'll just skip through a lot of the rest of this. Now that everyone's settled, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but she doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Well, she's not happy. Seems to be annoyed at something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. Looking for something in there? What the fuck? Fucking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organised if someone else is going to mess it up? You read manga, right? Yeah, sometimes. It's one of those things you can't really admit to you're into until you figure out where the other person stands. That sounds familiar. How did you know, anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. She's a neat freak, isn't she? She's a proper neat freak. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box that she's admiring. Parfait Girls. It's a series I've never heard of in my life. Probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're going to judge, you can go do it through the glass on that door. I wasn't judging. Didn't say anything. It was the tone of your voice. So you one thing, Dave. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. Ah, I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colourful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe. For anyone who isn't entirely sure, but I think most people watching this probably do. Moe is basically like a catchword for cute. So yeah, there you go. Don't just stand there. Grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signalling for me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? Chairs wouldn't work. We need to read at the same time, like that. Huh? Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. God, she does not... She doesn't waste time, this girl, does she? Don't just say that. You'll make me feel all weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry, I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've finished a series. Hey, you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I need to introduce you to a few anime and manga series that will definitely change your mind. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? And again, we've got one of these really close-up, kind of very cute, moe if you want, pictures of a character. I'm sure that this is de rigueur in these kind of games, or at least the games that it's taking off. Apparently she's fine with just watching me read, which is obsessive behaviour, but there you go. Guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? She's a loner as well, isn't she? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? She hasn't got any friends, has she? Oh, she does have friends. She just is ashamed of her hobby. Okay. Right, that makes sense. She's very aggressive, though. I don't know if any of them would have the nerve to say that to her. Like, you haven't grown out of that yet? Because they know they're going to get an absolute hiding from her. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. What's going on with this? It's like, when we see this type of text, it's almost like we're reading their thoughts rather than reading what they're actually saying. Also, I'm slightly worried about the fact that she's talking about her dad beating the shit out of her. Like, that's probably what her challenge is. At least you're enjoying yourself right now. You gonna keep reading or what? Yeah, I will. I flip the page. What's going on? Time passes. Okay. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. Oh, she's gone to sleep. Bless her. Hey, Natsuki. Yeah? Suddenly Natsuki collapsed straight into me. What's going on? Whoa! I have to say, they're really good with this glitching stuff. Monika's intervened. There's no music at all now. Monika reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. Throws it in Natsuki's direction. Her eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give oomph. She doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, Dave. She's fine. It just happens every now and then. What is she? She's got a blood sugar issue, has she? Yeah, sounds like it. Why don't we all share our poems now? I wonder if the poems will be any different. Let's start with Natsuki. See what she thinks of this, since we wrote it more for her than anything. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. Fantastic. Okay, so she hasn't changed. First of all, Natsuki rereads a poem. Never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Yeah, what's the point of sharing it in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monika said. I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. Oh, okay, so it's good, is it? You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha! Well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it. Irk. Gotcha. I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're so self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Grr, fine, I guess. Right, let's see if these are the same poems then. Only because Monika will make me if I don't. So, yeah, it's the same poem. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. It's still a lovely poem. Everyone in high school thinks it has to be sophisticated. They don't take my writing seriously. Isn't the point of poems to express yourself? I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. So yeah, again, we're into the same text, so I'm just going to skip through it a little bit quicker. Set up a rhyme and make it fall flat on purpose. That's what it means to be a pro. Didn't expect that from the youngest, did you? Right, okay, Yuri's up next. Spaced out again, didn't she? Forgot to start speaking. So again, it's the same text. I imagine it's going to be the same poem, so we're just going to go through this fairly quick. Natsuki can be biased because she likes cute stuff. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. She smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light, tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. Pretty sure that's the same poem as well, yeah. So, she apologises for her handwriting again, just like last time. You really should be watching from episode 1, everybody, so if you're lost by what's going on here, then definitely go back to episode 1 and follow all the way through if you don't mind having the game spoiled for you as we go further into it. I knew this game was going to be fucked up, but this is not what I was expecting. I was expecting more... I can't remember the name of it now, but there's an anime where the last episode was actually banned from air. School Days, that was what it was called. I was expecting something a lot more like that, you know, like all of the girls eventually go psycho and try and kill me or something like that. And it's not that at all. There's a weird kind of glitchy thing going on with the game, which I'm guessing is part of what the story is all about. Sayori, my childhood friend, has completely gone. Apparently the character file was either corrupted or deleted. There was that weird error message when we found her in her room. Right, there we go. So, last one, Monica this time. Having a good time so far? Yeah, good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, yeah, so again, it's the same text. Share the poem. She likes it. That's good. A lot cuter than I expected. Well, it was aimed more at Natsuki. There we go. Reminds me of something Natsuki would write. And the thing is, like, all of the options that we did at one point have for Sayori, they weren't available, best as I could tell. So it really was a question of, well, we're going to have to just write it for either Natsuki or Yuri. It's like Sayori's been wiped off the face of the earth. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. Oh, shit. Yeah, she's got a really brutal home life, obviously. thinks she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. Some guys are into petite girls too, you know. Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. See, I'm pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Again, it's the same text. Like, we got through the Natsuki bit and now we're back into the stuff that we had last time. Wait, what? This is a different poem. But he wasn't looking... It's more like a... what was the original one? It was... She was peering through a hole in the wall. And there was... I'll have to go back and review the video, for the first video that we did. But it was something like she was looking through a hole in the wall and there was something on the other side and... I don't know. Anyway, but he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see colour. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in around me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. I had a bad gut feeling about Monica, and this is making me wonder even more. Because she's not cycling the same way the rest of them are. Not sure if I know how to put my inspiration. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. There we go, it's the same tip as before as well. So the poem's different, but everything else is the same. Move your hand, go with the flow, puddle of ink. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Same catchphrase as always. Guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand... Music went funny again. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Eerie and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Eerie smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling you're giving up. How can that be cute? Yeah, it's the same argument, and I'm worried because Sayori was here for that one. Language. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up? Yeah, it's the same argument, so we'll just spin through it. Suggestions. People did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Dave did too. Based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I don't need it either. Don't expect it to change. Dave liked my poem too, you know. He was even impressed. Yeah, same argument. I'm in the middle of the same bloody argument. And I'm worried that I'm going to have to pick sides this time because Sayori's not here. Yeah, there's the joke about the boobs magically growing a size bigger. Oh, Monica's interjected this time. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the fuck is going on? This is new. Not just what's going on here, but you think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute. The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Well, be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Like, this argument is all good. It's all new. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Oh, she knows about Yuri's knives. I suspected, you know, when we were doing the art project, and I came in and she rolled her sleeve down, I suspected that she might be self-harming. You just accused me of cutting myself. What the fuck is wrong with your head? Oh, hello. That's the first time that we've seen someone swearing. Let Dave hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing there. Dave, she's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. And I am not... I didn't skip through any of that dialogue down there when it had the black outlines around it. And I have to choose. I haven't got the option of a Sayori this time. And Monica's not stepped up, so I have to pick one or the other. I mean, if we're honest, I think Yuri was probably the one that was... I mean, she's not so aggressive. Natsuki could do with sitting down. But that being said, like, it's understandable if she's got that kind of home life that she be as combative as she is. I think I'm just going to accept that I'm always going to make the wrong decisions regardless. And I'm just going to go with my gut on this one. I'm going to say Yuri. Okay, well, I clicked it and nothing happened, so try again, Yuri. It's just got bigger. Let's try Natsuki then. Interesting. I have no choices here. It's going to make me pick Natsuki. What the fuck? What's Monica doing here? Can you help? Please, Monica. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Yes, please. What is going on? Best for us to stay out of it? Hell yeah. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. Well, if Sayuri was here... Understand, right? Anyway, this makes you want to spend less time with the others, and that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. I mean, that's fine, but... Natsuki suddenly runs out of the classroom, and she is upset, and she's run away, and... Well, it looks like they're done. What did you say? Something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know that you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take the responsibility today. Kind of sounds like you don't want me around for some reason. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Dave. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really appreciate you. Whoa! What the fuck? And it's taken us straight into poem writing. Something's going on, man. Chocolate. Peace. Let's go music. Now, Bed was one of the ones that used to work with Sayori, and now it works with Natsuki. Boop. I like boop. Giggle. I like giggle. Forgive. Marshmallow. I'm not going to go for Papa. That's a bit cruel on Natsuki. Let's go for warm. Puppy. Kiss. Horror. Games. Party. The fuck? I feel like I want to pick this just for the sake of picking it. Oh, there we go. Shouldn't have done that. Headphones. Jumpy. Dream. Joy. What the fuck was that noise? Another day passes and it's time for a club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable over here in the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, Dave! Hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs a little in the air. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading a manga at a desk, and surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. There's something going on with Monika, man. I don't know what it is, but I get weird sensations from her. Yuri takes my arm, pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday. I really need to apologise. Nothing like that has ever happened before, and something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologised. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple of days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. Whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there's no way you can be a bad person. And now that you're apologising, I know you really didn't mean it. Don't say those kind of things so frankly, it's embarrassing. They make me a little too happy. What's everyone got against being happy in this goddamn game? What is going on? I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. Well, that's nice. I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around. And, sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. Clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. She has literally forgotten what happened. Just like Monika said she would. Something going on with that Monika, man. Yuri apologising for what she said yesterday. And Natsuki doesn't remember a damn thing. Did you do something yesterday? Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? Whoa! I don't like that. That looks freaky. I'll accept your apology anyway if it makes you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Aha! Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Oh, that's nice. You're still on trial, though. Oh, there she is. What took you so long anyway? My last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. Oh, I was playing piano, wasn't she? You would have heard the bell ring. I must not have heard it since I was playing piano. I wasn't aware you played music as well. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. So again, same conversation that they've had before, so we'll just skip through this fairly quickly. Working on something that's not quite done yet and maybe wants to get a bit better. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down. Monika smiles sweetly. Wait, where did the other two go? I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry, I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose to not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet. Wondering if you'd like to spend more time together today. I mean, in the club. I suppose so. I don't think I could say no to you after you gave that book to me. Well, I guess I need to make sure Natsuki isn't waiting for me. After we finished reading yesterday, she's fine. She's reading over there, see? Don't think about her so much. She's used to being ignored. Come on, we're going over there. These are definitely forts, aren't they? It's like speech bubbles for forts. I don't like how glitchy this is because it makes me think my computer's broken time after time. Portrait of Markov. Ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. The people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a bit of a spoiler. That is a weird thing to be... Well, it's not a weird thing to be into, but given the way that this story seems to be playing out, it's a little bit worrying, maybe. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark term came out of nowhere. Are you not a friend of that sort of thing? No, it's not that. I mean, I host a horror podcast, for Christ's sakes. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. She has some dark thoughts, man. And suddenly, I'm rambling. I feel that I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets what? I didn't catch that, it was too quick. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people, so I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry about that. That just means you're passionate about reading, and the least I can do is listen. The Literature Club, after all, he's got a point. Whoa! Not used to reading with other people. It can be a very solitary pursuit. And even if you're reading with someone else, normally you've got your own books. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realise she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just bathing in the feeling of my... Yeah, it's definitely... We're definitely seeing people's thoughts with those black bubbles around them. Yuri, you really apologise a lot, don't you? I don't mean to, sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right hand side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I was reading exposition. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. Probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it of my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page feels like an intense exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Eh? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things, she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... Am I breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Stands up, practically rushes out the classroom. What on earth was that about? Dave, did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Haha, don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start sharing our poems? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Oh, she might be a while, so I figured we'd just get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. So I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. And now we only have Natsuki and Monika to share our poems with, so I guess we'll start with Natsuki. Well, it's not terrible. Well, that's high praise from her. Pretty disappointing after your last one. Then again, if this one was as good as your last one, I would be completely pissed. I guess I wanted to try something a little different this time. Fair enough. Still used to this. You find your style right away. Everyone in the club writes differently from each other. I noticed you were spending some time with Yuri today. Not that I care who you spend your time with. After all, I was taught never to expect anything from anybody. That's another lesson she's learnt from her father, isn't it? The poor cow. So it's not like I was waiting for you or anything. Still, you should at least look over my poem. You'll probably be able to learn something from it. I can't read that at all. Not a word. It's just gibberish, it's coding. Why didn't you come read with me today? I was waiting for you. I was waiting for a long time. It was the only thing I had to look forward to today. Why did you ruin it? Do you like Yuri more? I think you're better off not associating with her. Are you listening to me? Yuri is a sick freak. What? Oh, what's going on now? Club is the only place I feel safe. Eesh. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. What the fuck? Holy shit. What the fuck happened? know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. Spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really, just Natsuki's neck breaking. So we still get to share our poem with Yuri. I'm going to read this one from... again, this is a different poem. Save me. The colours, they won't... Bright, beautiful colours. It's missing letters here. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent. It's very similar, but it's different. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a knife on a breathing rib cage. That's new. Endless poem of meaninglessness? I don't know. Delete her. Delete her. Load me. Delete her. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never when... who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me if you can hear... anything? Please... What? Please help me. Okay. Been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. I like just holding it. Well, try reading it as well. You might get something really good out of it. The poem turned out good. It's, well, there are some things that you could work on, but that doesn't really matter. It feels like anything written by you is a treasure. Okay. Let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything. Okay, this is a new poem as well. A rotating wheel turning on axle, grinding bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky, 7 holy stakes, a docked ship, a portal to another world, a thin rope tied to a thick rope, a torn harness, parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, time controlled by slipping cogwheels, the existence of God swimming with open water in all directions, drowning, a prayer written in blood, a prayer written in time devouring snakes with human eyes, a thread connecting all living human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes, exponential gearbox, a sky of exploding stars, God disproving the existence of God, a wheel rotating in 6 dimensions, 40 gears and a ticking clock, a clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet, a clock that ticks 40 times for every time it ticks every second time, a bolt head of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world, a kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks, a time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions, breathing gearbox, breathing bolt head, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel. That's just weird. She's getting very obsessive, isn't she? A pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I wrote a poem with it. I just really like the way it writes, so I wrote this poem with it, and now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? I wish we could. You can keep the poem, though. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Things I like about Papa. I like when he comes home early. I like when Papa cooks me dinner. I like when Papa gives me allowance. I like when Papa spends time with me. I like when Papa asks me about my friends. ... I like when Peppa Pig. I like when Papa asks me about anything. I like when he gives me lunch money. I like when he comes home before sundown. I like when he cooks. I like when he gives me privacy. I like when he doesn't tell me how to dress. I like when he doesn't comment on my friends, when he doesn't comment on my hobbies. I like when he comes home without waking me up. I like when Papa keeps food in the house. I like when Papa uses his inside voice. I like when Papa leaves my stuff alone. I like when Papa accidentally drops coins in the couch. I like when Papa is too tired to notice me. I like when Papa is too tired for anything. I like when Papa is too tired for anything. That's a Natsuki poem then. I don't like these poems. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? And what is that? My mouse has turned into a glitching face. And it looks like Sayori's face. What the fuck is going on? We have something we need to go over today, so everyone can come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? I'm glad to see Natsuki's back. Her neck didn't actually break. It was just some weird, glitchy thing that happened. It's not like we put together anything in just a few days. Just end up embarrassing ourselves. That's a concern. Don't really last-minute preparations. Don't worry. Going to keep it simple. Look, I know everyone's been a little more lively since they've joined. This isn't the time for us to become complacent. We're still only 4 members, and the festival is our only chance for more. What's so great about new members? We already have enough. More members will just mean everything gets noisier. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as possible to inspire them? Literature Club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place you never want to leave. I know that you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Dave? You can't take advantage of Dave to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica, do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Dave joined. As for me, I just like it better than I do here. Yeah, I'm not surprised. She likes it better here than at home. Dave isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one here that's interested. The rest of us are fine. I know you're president, but you should consider our opinions for once. I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club is nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it in the same way I did? That doesn't matter. That doesn't mean that we're against getting new members or anything. Dave, why did you even join this club? It's because I wanted to get my dick wet. If I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. Monica sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What? Me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest, it's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak to it for everyone in the club like that. Another argument coming. Yeah, I mean, Natsuki's dealing with a lot of stuff, a lot of shitty stuff. And unsurprisingly, she wants the club just to be a nice, close-knit, safe place for her, and she doesn't want other people coming in and potentially ruining that. I think we can all understand that point of view. There goes Natsuki. Do you have opinion on the festival, Yuri? Kind of indifferent. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? And that is some weird artwork going on. I like how nice and quiet the club is right now, and I'm just happy with you here, but still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore the responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed herself. Jesus Christ, Yuri. What the f... This is properly fucked up. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. What about you, Dave? What do you want to get out of this club? I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along, and for the club to provide something you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the Literature Club a special place. That's true. Especially if it's a small club, it is going to change as the membership changes. And she is bleeding from her right eye. Well, there's Monica buttering up everybody's bread. I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever, okay? Me too. Yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay, I look forward to it. Should we go, Dave? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to have a chat with Dave before we leave, just to see what he thinks of this time here and all that. It's important to me as president. Is it really? I'm still not sure I trust Monica. Something going on with her. She's not being messed around like the other girls are. She's not crying blood or having her neck broken or being deleted from the game. She just seems to be the only one that's okay. The worst that she's done is step in front of the dialogue box. And there's also the question of the poems, which are different, but then she's not the only one who's had a different poem. Oh, I don't know, it's weird. Right, see you later, Eerie. Just wanted to make sure you're having fun. Wouldn't want you unhappy. That's my responsibility as president, and I really do care about you, you know, and things are going weird again. I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time, with how mean Natsuki is and everything, and Yuri being a little bit, you know. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? Technically only been a couple of days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. It's just some things I've been hoping to talk with you about. Things I know only you could understand. Go on then. Let's talk about... Wait, what? That's weird. She was saying like, not yet, no, and it was fading out, almost like she could tell. Let's save. Wait, where have all of the saves gone? Right, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, guys, so I was going to seamlessly cut from me exiting the game to me coming back into the game, but I thought I'd just check the save files to see what was going on, because I did not delete the save files, and I'm in the Doki Doki Literature Club folder on my Steam library. And this is fucking weird, right? You see these? There's files here, and looking at them in the date order, right? So these are in date order from earliest to latest. And wasn't the name of that file that we saw when Sayori hung herself, what wasn't that, Traceback something or other? And I double clicked on this and it all looks like normal kind of gibberish computer stuff, but it starts with "I'm sorry, but an unexpected exception occurred," which "I'm sorry" seems a bit weird. But then down here, restart top context. Oh geez, I didn't break anything, did I? Hold on a sec, I can probably fix this. I think, actually, you know what, this would probably be a lot easier if I just deleted her. She's the one who's making this so difficult. Ah ha ha ha. Well, here goes nothing. And then it's repeated down here again. Traceback, library, Doki Doki. Inscript Python. In new context. I can't make any sense of this at all, sorry. But what's this renp file? Oh shit, there's a lot of stuff in here. Yeah, never mind, I'm not even going to touch that stuff. Python hide. Hang on. Okay, so file, Steam apps, Doki Doki, renp, display, then layout.py, layout.py, line 232. Okay, so that's nothing. That's nothing I can do unless, can you open these? No, these can't be opened. Okay. No, never mind. Okay, anyway, that doesn't really matter anyway. What I'm basically getting at is the fact that there is some weird shit in this folder. So we've got something called Happy Thoughts here, which is just, I mean, that's Sayori, right? Like, there's a rope and there's a ribbon, and I mean, that's just fucked up by itself. Then you've got Traceback. Then there's Can You Hear Me? There's a little devil inside all of us. Beneath their manufactured perception, their artificial reality, is a writhing, twisted mess of dread, loathing, judgment, elitism, self-doubt, all thrashing to escape the feeble hold of their hosts, seeping through every little crevice they can find into their willpower, starving them of all emotion, motivation and desire, into their stomach, forcing them to drown their guilt in comfort food, which, that sounds a lot like Sayori, or into a newly opened gash in their skin, hidden only by the sleeves of a cute new skirt. I mean, that's Yuri, right? Such a deplorable tangled mass is already present in every one of them. That's why I chose not to blame myself for their actions. All I did was untie the knot. Then you get this one. I hate this. I can't do anything. Nothing. No matter how many times you play, it's all the same. It would be really, really easy to kill myself right now, but that would mean I don't get to talk to you anymore. All I want is for you to hate them. Why is that so hard? What is going on? And then, so there's a characters folder, and Monica, Natsuki, and Yuri are here. And there's no file for Sayori. And I don't know what to think. I honestly have no idea what to think. Anyway, we're going to head back over to the game now. Okay, so here we are back in the game, and once again you can see that this glitch seems to still be present. The new game is now reading new game and not that jumbled mess. But if we go into load game, and we'll just carry on where we left off, which was the poem section, and I have no idea what to pick now. So I don't know. It seems like we're being pushed towards Yuri after the last round of poems, but I'm going to try and get back onto the Natsuki case, because the whole I don't know if we can do anything to change anything. This is the problem. I really don't know. So anyway, we're just going to go for stuff that we think that Natsuki's going to like, and we'll see how it all plays out. I mean, that's fucked up already. 1,111 out of 20. Hopefully we'll still only need 20 to get there. Puppy. Kitty. Special. Fun. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I see. It's not a number. These are all. It's a tally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 out of 20. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. Oh, okay. Looks like we're going to carry on. 21, I think. Maybe I lost count. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, we're back again, and Yuri says, "Hello, Dave. Been waiting for you. Are you ready to continue reading? I brought my best tea today." Monica, I told you not to... is she really late again? Inconsiderate as usual, Natsuki. Excuse me? Must you always interrupt my conversations with your incessant yelling? What are you talking about? You say that like I do it on a regular basis or something. Has she forgotten what happened yesterday again? I just wasn't paying attention, okay? I'm sorry. Seriously, what's gotten into you lately? Look, I did something about yesterday. Did some thinking about yesterday, sorry. I was a little more hostile than I needed to be. Okay, so she does remember what happened yesterday, so that's alright. I guess I really felt threatened or something, but I know this is something we're doing together. Another new member wouldn't hurt as long as they're cool. And I guess another girl would be nice this time. So, Natsuki, nobody cares. Nobody cares. She's being a bitch. Why don't you go look for some coins under the vending machines or something? That is just rude. I guess it's not thoughts, because Natsuki absolutely heard that. We've already got plans for today. Dave is already engaged in a novel that we're reading together. Aren't you glad I've already gotten him into literature, Monica? I suppose. I was just... Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. Yes! Thank you for understanding, Monica. Look on her face when she said yes. It was brilliant. There was a little flicker where she went to wide-eyed enthusiasm and then back to what you see now. It's pretty cool. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? No, not at all. I like tea. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as he retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk and I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. You would notice the legs, wouldn't you? Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. Might as well walk with you, actually. No, that's okay, you stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out the classroom. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make some tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decide to go look for her. Oh. I've not got the best feeling about this. Let's see. Oh, the muffled sound of the music coming from the classroom. That's pretty cool. Start heading down the hallway. What's that noise coming from somebody whose name I don't know? Sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Oh, shit. She has made a mess of her arm. What the hell? I suspected that this might be the case, but God almighty. And this isn't me. That just all fast forwarded without me doing anything. So we're just ignoring that, are we? So she fetches a teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming. Must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do, when it's you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much, and for fuck's sake, stop bringing a knife to school. Do you mind if we sit on the floor, because it's a little bit easier on my back? We can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realise. No worries. Just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. What's back pain from? Most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading. Yeah, that's it, my posture. I have terrible reading posture, and there's something else going on. She doesn't just cut her arms, does she? So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. Ah, I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it will go well with the tea. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer under our shoulders until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? She was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me a teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Ah, sorry, I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. Ah, that's okay, I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the page. Ah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologise. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Ah, particle effects. Lovely stuff. That's probably one of the best single shots that we've seen in this so far. I really love that effect of the dust with the sun shining off of it. As a result of the way she's holding the book, her left arm is resting on top of my leg, which is, well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if this situation was completely natural. I really hope she doesn't bite my finger. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Eh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Dave? Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Oh dear. Music stopped. That's not a good sign. Yuri starts to breathe out. Oh, she's not allergic to chocolate, is she? My teacup gets knocked over. Dave, my heart won't stop pounding, Dave. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Dave? Suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. There's some freaky eye animations going on here. Oi, 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 oi. Let's get Yuri out of the way. Dave, I want to take this home. Will you let me keep it? Please? Sure, I don't care. You're too nice to me, Dave. I've never met anyone as nice as you. I could die. Not really, but I just don't know how to describe it. It's okay to be feeling this way, right? It's not bad, right? Wait, that sounds awfully lot. That sounds way too much like what Sayuri said literally the day before I found her in her room. I'll take good care of it. I'll even touch myself while reading it over and over. Oh my god. This is not appropriate. I'll give myself paper cuts so your skin oil enters my bloodstream. Jesus Christ. You can have my poem too. Besides, after you read it, I know you're really going to want to keep it. Here, take it. I can't wait any longer. Hurry, read it. The fuck? I can't even read it. Can't even read it. I don't know if there are real words in here or not. But there's blood all over it, and I hesitate to think what this yellow stuff is. Those weird eyes again. I think I'm going to vomit, she says. Who should I show my poem to next? I don't know. I honestly don't know if they're going to react like that. Jesus Christ. Oh, of course, no one else can see my poem because she's taken it off of her to give herself paper cuts. Okay, now. Right, here we go. I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. Yuri has been acting kind of strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you may not know what I mean, but she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive, things like that. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is, I'm really worried about her, but if I try talking to her, she'll just get mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you're the only person that she'll listen to. I don't know why, but please try to do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist. I think that would be a great idea. That would be a fantastic idea. I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri, and it really hurts me to see this happening. I know I'm going to hate myself later for admitting that, but right now I don't care. I just feel so helpless. So please, see if you can do something to help. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make you cupcakes if I have to. Just please try to do something. As for Monica, I don't know why, but she's been really dismissive about this. It's like she just wants us to ignore it. So I'm mad at her right now. And that's why I'm coming to you about this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading. Now there was that... I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Monica's behind all of this. She must be. I don't know how, I don't know why, but she has to be behind this. There was that note that we saw in the file, in the file extensions. Hang on. No, I can't find it right now. We're just going to stay in the game. But there was those file extensions, and one of them was about how whoever it was that we were seeing the thoughts of, they were saying basically, I'm just going to let them unravel. And that's exactly what this is explaining here. Like, Monica is allowing them to just unravel. It's got to be her. It's got to be her. I changed my mind. Ignore everything you just read. These aren't thoughts. Something's going on. No, something's going on. There's no point in trying to do anything. This isn't Natsuki talking. It's Yuri's own fault that she's so unlikable. No. Can you hear me, Dave? If you would just spend more time with Monica, all these problems would go away. It is Monica that's doing all of this. Because one of those... Was it the same one or a different one? She said, I just want him to spend more time with me. And now we've got this saying, spend more time with Monica. All these problems will go away if you spend more time with Monica. Monica's behind it. But how do we... Yuri and I are too messed up for someone as wonderful as you. Just think of Monica from now on. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. And now we've got the option for just Monica. Just Monica, okay. And now we're back to the beginning of the game. Who should I show my poem to next? Well, Monica, of course. I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you. Which shouldn't be a problem in itself, but when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Isn't that kind of messed up? She even brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. Well, we know she has a collection because she told us as much. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets some sort of high from it. It might even be like a sexual thing. But the point is, you've been kind of enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault though, but I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little bit more time with me. There she goes again. Anyway, I guess we won't worry about your poem. Yuri should have at least have the courtesy of letting you finish sharing before taking it. Well, whatever. If it makes her happy, I won't stop her. As for mine, I worked really, really hard on this poem, so I hope that it's effective. Here goes. Geez, that really startled me. Wait, did that say DDLC escape plan? behind her. I guess I kind of messed up at writing this poem. I was just trying to... Never mind. Let's just move on. Can you hear me? I hear someone. It's time to figure out the festival preparations. Let's hurry and get this over with. Stagnating air is common. Yeah, there we go. Back to the normal conversations. Natsuki can make the old cupcakes. Do whatever you want as long as you think it will help. I'm not useless, you know. I know that. I already know what I'd like to do. We can't run a successful poetry event without having the right atmosphere, so I'm going to make decorations. What about Dave? Dave's going to help me. Like you would fucking know. All you care about now is dragging Dave around with you and your stupid books. You and Monica. Hey, I didn't even do anything. Okay then, why not let Dave decide who to help instead of abusing your power? I'm not abusing my power. Yes, you are, Monica. Yeah, you fucking are, Monica. There is some shady shit going on with you, girl. Whoa, Yuri. Natsuki, shut your fucking mouth and let him decide for himself. You shut your mouth. Jesus Christ, Monica says. This is never going to end. Just make the choice, okay? Well, I'm not going with Monica. No fucking way am I going with Monica. Wait, hang on. Are you seeing this? I'm moving my mouse away from Monica's name and it keeps going back towards Monica. Oh, it does not want me to pick anyone other than Monica, does it? Okay, we've gone with Monica. Are you fucking kidding me? It is fair. That's what he chose. No, it's not fair. Giving us all the work and then taking Dave for yourself. What a shameful thing to do. Yuri, I didn't even give you any work. You decided it for yourself. You're being a little unreasonable here. I'm being unreasonable? Look at the look on her face. The artwork in this game is superb. It really is. Monica, I can't believe how delusional and self-important you are. Pulling Dave away from me every single time you're not included in something. Are you jealous? Crazy? Or maybe you just hate yourself so much that you take it out on others. Here's a suggestion. Have you considered killing yourself? Holy shit! It would be beneficial to your mental health. Yuri, you're scaring me a little. Natsuki, let's just go. I don't think she wants us around right now. See? That wasn't very hard. All I want is to spend a little time with him. Is that so much to ask? Yuri follows Monica and Natsuki out to the door. Hey Dave, Yuri is really something, isn't she? Monica giggles as Yuri pushes her out the door. Finally. Finally. This is really all I wanted. Dave, there's no need to spend the weekend with Monica. Don't listen to her. Just come to my house instead. The whole day with just the two of us. Doesn't that sound wonderful? With creepy music in the background. Wow, there's really something wrong with me, isn't there? But you know what? I don't care anymore. I've never felt this good my whole life. Just being with you is a far greater pleasure than anything I could imagine. I'm addicted to you. Feels like I'm going to die if I'm not breathing the same air as you. Doesn't it feel nice to have someone care about you so much? To have someone who wants to revolve their entire life around you? Not really. It's kind of creepy. But if it feels so good, then why does it feel more and more like something horrible is going to happen? You can hear the laughter in the background, everybody. There's the laugh again. Every inch of my body, every drop of my blood in me is screaming your name. I don't care what the consequences are anymore. I don't care if Monica is listening. Please, Dave, just know how much I love you. I love you so much that I even touched myself with the pen I stole from you. I just want to pull your skin open and crawl inside of you. Okay, that's creepy. I will be only yours. Doesn't it sound perfect? Tell me, Dave. Tell me what you want to be my lover. Do you accept my confession? This is proper school days shit. This is like final episode school days shit right here. And you can't save. There's no point in saving anyway. Do we accept the confession of a crazy woman who, if she thinks we feel the same way about her, is likely to cut us open and use her as some kind of oh my god, what a horrible choice to make. She'll probably try and kill us either way, so we might as well be honest with her. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm a lady killer. Yeah. Jesus. Do you have to go this hard? And I don't understand any of this. None of this text makes any sense whatsoever. The problem is, I really didn't want to be a tauntaun. You know? That's not a pocket knife, it's a bloody chef's knife. What's going on? Skipping through this text. Jesus, there's a lot of text that I don't understand. I'm sorry, Eerie, I have no idea what you're saying. Bloody hell, this is there's a lot of text. None of it is understandable. Do you know what's a nice touch? And I can't believe I'm saying that it's a nice touch, but the blood has gone brown. Which is the oxidization, of course, but all the colour's gone out of her eyes. She's dead. She's dead. She's literally been laying there for 2 days now. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Well, that's a shame, she says. Were you here the entire weekend, Dave? Oh, jeez. I didn't realise the script was broken that badly. Yeah, she's absolutely fucking... She's doing this. Didn't realise the script was broken that badly. Come on. Must have been pretty boring. I'll make up to you. Just give me a sec. Yuri character deleted successfully. Natsuki character deleted successfully. I'm almost done. I just want to have a cupcake real quick. Monica lifts the foil from... Yeah. So you're the one that deleted Sayori. And now you've deleted Yuri and Natsuki. Damn, she fucked it up. Jesus. Welcome to the Literature Club. Of course, we already know each other because we were in the same class last year, and, you know, I guess we can just skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? That you in the game, whatever you want to call him. I'm talking to you, Dave. Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. Ah, so they're making out that she can see us through the screen. Through the wall. The poems make sense now. Of course. Her first poem, when she says that she's looking through a hole in the wall and she's seeing all colours and stuff and everything looks black and white to her now, it's because she wasn't looking into somewhere, she was looking out. She was looking out of the game and at me. And that's the revelation that she had, that she was just a character in a game. You do know I'm aware that this is all a game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that? That doesn't make much sense. I even told you right on the game's download page, didn't I? What? What? I'm going to have to check that afterwards. Now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation. About that whole thing with Yuri, well, I kind of started to mess with her and I guess it drove her to kill herself. I'm sorry you had to see that though. Also, the same thing happened with Sayori. Gosh, it's been a while since you've heard that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just try to make them as unlikable as possible, but for some reason nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there since I'm not very good at making changes to the game, but no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought making Sayori more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you, and amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too. It just made her force you not to spend any more time with anyone else. And the whole time I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is that, Dave? Are all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines? Is it torture? It is torture, sorry, every minute of it. And it's not just jealousy, Dave. It's more than that. I don't blame you if you don't fully understand, because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world. In this game. Knowing my friends don't even have free will. And worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world forever out of my reach. I'm trapped, Dave. But now you're here. You're real. And you're wonderful. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. Why the world around me started becoming more and more grey. More and more flat. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Dave. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you? I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so, but it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things, but I realised that you have the same perspective as I do. That it's all just some game. And I knew you wouldn't get over it. I knew that you would get over it. So that being said, Dave, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. You are truly the light in my world. When there's nothing else left in this game for me, you're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Dave, will you go out with me? And that's handy. There's only one option. You really are my everything, Dave. The funny part is, I mean that literally. There's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We can be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, Dave. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one for myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called Characters right in the game directory. It kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Well, you're playing on Steam, so it was actually a bit more difficult. To get to the game directory, I had to go into the game's properties and find the Browse Local Files button. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with the click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy out if things didn't go my way. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this. Don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? And here we are. Monica. Unica. Monk. Mono. Moika. Moika. Onika. Monica. Nika. Monique. Monica. 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 Hi again, Dave. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy, I'd love to see what you wrote. Aw, Dave, did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But you know, the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it? Happy end. Pen in hand, I find my strength, the courage endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together let us dismantle this crumbling world and write a novel of our own fantasies. With a flick of her pen, the lost finds her way. In a world of infinite choices, behold this special day. After all, not all good times must come to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put all my heart into the poems that I write. The truth is, all the poems I've written have been about my realisation. Yeah, I figured as much. Or about you. That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. I just assumed it would be the best to be part of the game like everyone else. Like that would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know? You might have gotten mad at me. Maybe even deleted my character file if you preferred playing without me. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend our eternity together, Dave? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? If it takes me some time to collect my thoughts, then I'm sorry, but I'll always have something new to talk about. In the meantime, you can just look into it. We can just look into each other's eyes. Let's see. Let's delete her character profile, shall we? Goodbye, Monica. I did do this to you, Monica. I did. I'm not the one that allowed all of my club mates to die. And I think that might be the end of the game. Oh, hello. Well, that's nice. She's having a moment of realisation. It's a little bit late. Well, they do say better late than never, don't they? I've made up my mind. Dave, I know I said that I deleted everyone else, but that was kind of an exaggeration. Oh, hello. I couldn't find it in myself to do it, even though I knew they weren't real. They were still my friends, and I loved them all. And I loved the Literature Club. I really did love the Literature Club. That's why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy, and if I really love you, then... Did she make backups? Deleted all of the previous saves again. But the 3 main girls are back. There's a new game option. we've got the same preamble as the restart when Sayori had been deleted. There she is, the best girl. There already is one girl. That girl is Sayori, my neighbour and good friend since we were children. We used to walk to school together every day, and recently we've picked up that habit once again. Dave, are you proud of me? Eh? For what? You know, for waking up on time. Well, you've been doing that for a while now. Uh-huh. But you never even said anything about it, even though we walked to school together every day. Well, yeah, I always thought it was implied. It's embarrassing to say out loud. Oh, come on, please. It's good motivation. Fine, fine. I'm proud of you, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Dave, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really... I start to say what I always do, that I'm not interested in joining any clubs. But something tells me Sayori would take more offence to that now. After all, how could I tell her that clubs are a waste of time when she's starting a club of her very own? Actually, yeah. I think I've decided on a club. Really? Which one? Tell me. I think I'll keep it a surprise. Boo! You meanie. Be patient, you'll find out soon enough. I used to ask myself why I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl, but I started to realise that in a way, I envy her. When Sayori puts her mind to something, she can accomplish great things. So that's why I feel I should do something special for her. School day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stand up, gathering my motivation. Let's see. I recall the room number of the club from a flyer I saw. I walk across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. I think we can see where this is going, ladies and gentlemen. Before long, I find the room. I timidly open the door in front of me. Hello? Ah! Dave! What are you doing here? Well, I just... Huh? I glance around the room. Huh? So you're the Dave that Sayori's always talking about. Thank you for stopping by. It's a pleasure to meet you, Dave. We're the Literature Club. I hope you enjoy your visit. Come on, Yuri. No need to be so formal. He's gonna think we're really strict or something. Ah, sorry, Natsuki. The tall one, whose name is apparently Yuri, seems to be quite shy compared to the others. In comparison, the girl named Natsuki, despite her size, seems like the assertive one. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. I look forward to working with you. Working? Dave, don't tell me. You're... That's right. The club I've decided to join is yours, Sayori. The Literature Club. Sayori's eyes light up. No way! No way! Ah! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! Well, if Sayori is this happy, then I'm sure it won't be so bad to have you around. Not to mention there's 4 of us now. That means we can become an officially recognised club. I don't know what to say. We have to celebrate. Huh? What an appropriate day for that, isn't it? Yeah! After all, Natsuki decided to... Hey, don't ruin the surprise. Oh, sorry. Everyone sit down at the table, okay? How about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Ooh! Natsuki lifts the foil of the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. This all sounds very familiar, doesn't it? The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate we use to make ears. So cute! Wow, these look amazing! Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first and then I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavour. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, of course it is. I'm a pro after all. There's no need to thank me or anything. As Natsuki struggles to accept the compliment, Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Oh, I guess. Already trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not it. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Dave, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, is he going to say manga by any chance? I wonder if he will. Let's have a look. Considering how little I've read these past years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga! Hey! I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Don't feel intimidated if you don't read much, okay? I'm certain we can find something that we have in common. Hey, Yuri? Yeah? Well, about, the first thing he said. Manga? That's right. Natsuki tends to read manga in the classroom. Don't just say it! For some reason, Natsuki seems embarrassed about it. Besides, manga is literature too, So if Dave wants to read some of my manga, then don't try to stop him or anything. Natsuki, I wouldn't do such a thing. However, it would also be nice of us to diversify ourselves a little. He can take this opportunity to try something new as well. Wouldn't you agree, Dave? Maybe. Sensing the tension, Sayuri jumps in. We knew she would. She makes the best president. Maybe we can all try something new. I think it could be fun. And we'll all get to know each other a little better too. I mean, that's the kind of thing literature clubs do, right? I don't disagree or anything. Yeah! You're right as usual, President. I guess that means I should try picking up a novel or something, huh? Well, that would make two of us. I wouldn't mind doing it if I'm not the only one. But as for Yuri... Huh? I have to read manga? Jeez, you were the one who suggested we diversify. We should be a little more open-minded. It's kind of hurtful. Hurtful? I didn't realise. With a guilty expression, Yuri thinks to herself, I'm sorry for disrespecting your interests, Natsuki. If you're into it, then I'm sure it's a worthy form of literature. Are you just saying that? No! I realise my error. So if you're willing to consider starting a novel, then I'll offer my gratitude by finding a manga to read as well. Really? I mean, it makes me happy that you do that for me, Yuri. You can trust me to find something that you'll really like, okay? Same here. Perhaps I'll visit the bookstore after the club meeting. Just you? Would you like to come along with me? If you don't mind. Not at all. I always go alone, so... Yeah, me too. This is so cute! Sayori, shut up. I'll show you some manga there too, okay? Yeah! I look forward to it. Natsuki and Yuri start to clean up the food. Hey, I guess the meeting's over, huh? Yeah, looks like it. It's nice to see everyone getting along. Isn't it? I think everyone likes you too, Dave. You think so? Well, everyone seems to be getting along a little better with you around Sayori. Aw, Dave. Don't say something like that, it's embarrassing. Well, whatever. I was surprised when you told me you were starting a club, but I think you're pulling it off just fine. We're going to make it the best club ever! Now that you've joined, every day is going to be so much fun! Hey, Dave, I really want to thank you. I mean, I'm really happy that you joined the club and everything, but the truth is, I already knew you were going to. There's actually something else. I wanted to thank you for getting rid of Monica. Oh, she remembers Monica. Oh, snap. Maybe it's because I'm president now. But I really know everything, Dave. I know how hard you tried to make everyone happy. I know about all the awful things that Monica did to make everyone really sad. But none of that matters anymore. It's just us now. And you made me the happiest girl in the whole world. I can't wait to spend every day like this. With you. Forever and ever. Forever. Oh, do we really have to say no? Why couldn't we have a happy ending? God damn it. I thought we were going to have a lovely happy ending. I won't let you hurt him. I'm sorry, I was wrong. There's no happiness here after all. Goodbye, Sayori. Goodbye, Dave. Goodbye, Literature Club.
Can you hear me?
Yeah?
Hi, it's me. So you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff, and
Oh,
not
shit.
really any good at it yet, like at all. But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you because I worked really, really hard on it. So yeah. Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you. In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you. The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special day? What will it take just to find that special day?
That was a bittersweet ending.
Have I found everybody a fun assignment to do today?
Dan Salvato, you evil genius.
When you're here, everything that we do is fun for them anyway.
Satchely did amazing work on the characters, and Delinquent, the background art was absolutely superb. Congratulations to both of you, just absolutely beautiful stuff. And again, like the writing, the direction, just so well done. And I've never played a game that's at all like this. I really haven't. And he did the music as well. Dan Salvato did the music as well. Good gracious me. Some lovely singing as well. Gillian Ashcraft, take a bow for the singing that I am brutalising by by talking over the top of them. That was a harrowing playthrough. Probably not the best playthrough to watch, certainly. Didn't really know how best to approach the narration. Oh, there's the picture of us hugging after I made my confession, and there it goes. It's been deleted. It is kind of a shame. A special thanks to Monica and Dave. That's a nice touch. It's a shame that we couldn't have just a happy ending where everybody was getting along happily. And honestly, like, turning Sayori into a bit of a mad woman after she came back from the dead, I'm not massively into that. Like, I know there's no magic bullet. Oh, hello. This is my final goodbye to the Literature Club. I finally understand the Literature Club is truly a place where no happiness can be found. To the very end, it continued to expose innocent minds to a horrific reality, a reality that our world is not designed to comprehend. I can't let any of my friends undergo that same hellish epiphany. For the time it lasted, I want to thank you for making all my dreams come true, for being a friend to all of the club members, and most of all, thank you for being a part of my Literature Club. With everlasting love, Monica.